Welcome to this short snapshot of truth. I'm just going to talk about one of my favourite stories in the Bible, and that's the story of Ruth. It's a delightful story. It's a story of love. It's a story of provision. It's a story of peace. It's just a lovely story where a migrant girl is taken in by Boaz and given a home. But I really just want to talk about this story in the context of a homecoming. Because what happens in this story is just so beautiful. Naomi and her husband and their two sons, they leave their homeland. They go to a foreign country and the boys get married. And then tragedy strikes. Both Naomi's husband and her sons die, and she's left with her two daughters-in-law. And so after a time, she decides to go back to her homeland, back to her own country. And she sets out on the journey. She takes her daughter-in-laws with her, and they get along the way, and Naomi is very, very releasing, because she knows that she's taking these two girls into a foreign culture where they won't know the customs, they won't know the traditions, they won't understand necessarily how everything works, and they would be migrants in a foreign country. And so Naomi gives them the choice. Do you want to come with me, or do you want to stay in your own land? And one of them stays, and the other one, Ruth, goes with her. And Ruth goes with her. She makes that beautiful commitment: where you go, I will go. Your people will be my people. Your God will be my God. She makes that beautiful commitment, and in a sense, she doesn't really know what she's committing herself to, other than she's committing herself to Naomi and allowing Naomi to go home, allowing Naomi to have a homecoming. And of course, we know the story. Ruth goes with Naomi. They end up in Naomi's hometown. And then Ruth goes gathering the corn in the fields of Boaz. And there begins that beautiful love story between Boaz and Ruth. And Naomi explains what she needs to do about going to the fields and collecting the grain that's left over. She explains about the threshing floor and that commitment of Ruth to Boaz and Boaz back to her. I guess Ruth doesn't really understand what's happening, what's going on, but she says yes in her heart. And that yes in her heart is the doorway for her to have her homecoming. See, she'd given herself to Naomi so Naomi could have her homecoming. But as she says yes in her heart, maybe not really understanding what she's saying yes to, but that becomes the doorway for her to have her own homecoming. As she says yes and steps into the unknown, she discovers that safe place, that secure place. She finds out that Boaz is going to be totally committed to her and is going to pay the redemption price in order for her to become part of his household, become his wife, to come home. And he provides that security, he provides that safety, he provides that heart connection. It's a beautiful story. But the point I want to draw out for us is very simple, that we all need a homecoming. Our hearts need to come home to the heart of the Father. Sometimes we don't know what that means. Sometimes we don't know what that looks like. Sometimes there's fear attached to stepping into the unknown. There's uncertainty. But I want to encourage you to take that step. Even if it seems like a step into the unknown, take that step and allow your heart to come home. Because once your heart comes home, you will be truly, truly satisfied.